Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of Seriously Ask, where you ask me all your most pressing questions, either about me or something that you think I know more about than you do, which is just such a strange concept to me. But hell, I'll entertain it. Remember, you can leave your questions in the comments section below this video, or you can tweet it to me with the hashtag SeriouslyAsk, or you can hashtag it SeriouslyAsk on Instagram with a selfie of yourself, and that may get into the next episode as well. So let's begin. What was it like to wear that mask, harness your inner arsonist, and set those scarecrows on fire in that music video? For those of you who don't know, the last episode I featured a music video that I directed and starred in and set ablaze to a whole bunch of shit in, and it was incredibly crazy. And to answer your question, it felt pretty scary because I couldn't really see well out of the mask, but I could feel the flames all of a sudden blasting towards me, and I thought I was going to set on fire a few times. Was not the safest moment, but we had to get a good shot, and it was at like 4 in the morning in Justin's backyard. So, actually no, it was more like 6 in the morning. Yeah, it was awful. It was awful, but it was great. I mean, it was freezing out, so the heat felt nice, but I didn't want to die. Rob, what is your favorite Tim Burton film? Hands down, no questions asked, Big Fish. Incredible movie. Love that movie. If you haven't watched it, it hits you in all your feels, and it's just an incredible story, and I recommend watching it right now, immediately. What are you waiting for, you silly bastard? Hey Rob, do you know how you could spot a serial killer? Like, are there some strange behaviors they have in common, except for, killing people? Love your channel, by the way. Thanks, thank you very much for that. Ways to spot a serial killer, really kind of tough. They're really good at going undetected and pretending like they're just part of the community, and they are usually active parts of the community. If they're not, they're kind of just keep to themselves until, they just go out and they pick someone that they feel is a worthy candidate to be murdered, usually someone that they know they can have a pretty good chance at killing. So identifying them, not exactly, there's no set rule on how to do that, unless they're killing people and you're watching them kill people over a course of, like, their murders. They have to have cooldown periods. They have to be 3 or more murders with cooldown periods in between. So unless you've witnessed all that, then you really don't know if someone's a serial killer or not. However, I have calculated in a previous video, Question Everything, an episode on what are your chances of meeting a serial killer, just coming into contact with one, not being killed by one, but what are your chances that you pass one on the street? We calculated it. You could press here, that little slide out thing that's coming out. You can press that. It won't take you to the video right away. Don't worry about it. It'll just open up a panel below this video that you can click to the video later after this video and you can watch it. So that's the best I can do. Sorry. What has been the biggest challenge in creating TV quality content versus vlogging? The biggest challenge isn't a typical one. Yes, the workflow is overwhelming, and when I was doing it all myself, it was just unbearable, pretty much. That's why I brought on a terrific team of people. Big shout out to all those past and present that have worked with me or work with me, and it's incredible just what we've made together, and I could not do it without them. So don't look at me as saying, like, how did you do that? Always look at the team behind it, because I have an excellent team. So, but the greatest challenge, I would say, honestly, and this probably isn't a typical kind of a answer that someone might give. Most people would be like, well, it's, the consistency. That's tough, yeah. But I think the biggest hurdle is it being underappreciated. And I know that a lot of you appreciate the shit out of it, and it's great, and you guys watch it loyally. But I think it's been ahead of its time for a while, and I think there's a lot of people out there that can't really get on board because they're just like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, this is not TV, this is internet. Why is he trying to be TV? And I just knew that when I started that I could do better. I could produce something that you could sit and watch on your couch and put on your TV if you wanted. I didn't have to just sit in front of a camera, in front of, nothing wrong with sitting in your living room and just talking shit and stuff like that, in a good way. I just produced this higher end content, built a set, always investing in my equipment and everything like that, and and adopting a format. That's a huge part of the TV quality stuff, and then bringing on editors who have been able to do way more than I could ever possibly do in editing. It would take me years to do what they are able to do now. So again, big shout out to my incredible team, past and present. And yeah, that's it. Biggest challenge is just people not getting it, I guess. Here's one I never thought I'd answer. Dankest meme. All right, I'm going to be kind of a conceited prick. And I'm going to reveal this to you. I revealed this on my social media a couple days ago. This meme right here is my favorite. Mainly, a lot of you have probably seen that. It's gone everywhere. All you have to do is put in like, man, fuck Derek into Google, and it's going to come up all over the place. I actually am biased because I made that meme. I made it when I was doing like Facebook fan pages before I even really started a channel very much. I used to do all that kind of stuff, like tons of it. And a lot of my memes actually went viral, and I actually watermarked this one. So if you look closely at the bottom, it's kind of blurry right here, but I have the original file on another laptop that I cannot fire up right now. But you can make, some people like, it says hab like, actually, it's Rob Dyke. So I did watermark it. You could check anyone on the internet and zoom into that little spot, or just look at it and you'll notice like, ah, shit. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, Derek the Misguiding Goat. I even started a fan page for it a long time ago. It's been inactive for a long time. If you look at my old episodes of Why'd You Put That on the Internet, I used to have a blue poster behind my right shoulder that said Derek the Misguiding Goat right on it. It was like this demon-looking goat that my artist Assad actually drew back then. So there's some further proof that I created this man fuck Derek thing. So there's a lot more out there of Derek the Misguiding Goat. It was a great time. I gotta bring it back, man. I miss Derek. He was a dick, though. Do you know any veterans? Do they know about rallypoint.com, where they can network, make friends, and even find a job? I know plenty of veterans, but I don't know if they know about rallypoint.com. But if you're a veteran out there, I figured I'd answer this question. This is not a sponsored video at all. I decided, so I looked them up, obviously, to make sure they were legit. And they are. If you're a veteran where you're looking to network with people, connect, find a job, possibly, just like this tweet said, check them out. I figured I'd spread that out for all you veterans. Thank you for your service and all that. I appreciate it. So we all appreciate it. I can make all these videos for you about all these creepy things, and I don't have people storming in my door. And even if they did, blat blat, you know what I'm saying, girl? Rob, would you rather go to Silent Hill or Raccoon City? Nice cosplay, by the way. Oh, that's pretty obvious. I'd much rather go to Raccoon City because then I just have to deal with hordes of zombies, and they're all actually a lot easier to deal with. Plus, you've got the people from the Resident Evil series kind of looming around that could help you out. I haven't played too much Resident Evil in my life, and I haven't really watched any of the movies at all, but I am a Silent Hill fan, even though they've kind of been butchering it for a while. So I would never want to go to Silent Hill because that's kind of your own personal hell, and no, absolutely not, because everything there is guaranteed to scare the living shit out of you, and that is not something that I want in my life. And there's potentially no way out of it either. You think you've escaped and you haven't, and it's just like this nightmare that's just always going on. Hell no, I'd take my chances fighting off zombies any day. Bring it. What are your best chances of survival during a shooting? Any tips? This is tough. I don't even know why I accepted this one, but just in the event that someone is caught in a shooting, understand that the chances are incredibly low. The media wants you to think that a mass shooting is around the corner at any time. They could happen at any time, but the chances are incredibly low. You're actually more likely to bump into a serial killer. Just saying. You can check out that video again. Just click that little I button. And so the best way to avoid an active shooter situation is to not necessarily follow the crowd. Because crowds of people are very enticing to shooters with an assault rifle. They will start mowing down people because they aren't necessarily really skilled with the assault rifles. They're just looking for bodies to hit. And so they, kind of pour into all these people. It's kind of a pray and spray kind of a thing. So don't necessarily group with people, especially when they're trying to get out of an exit. You might just clog it and get trampled. Try to find cover, try to hide, try to exit the area at all costs. Try to just stay out of sight. Try to make yourself a smaller target by, getting lower to the ground. And if you have to roll around and all that shit and do some acrobatic stuff, even though if you're not really good at it, you just still got to try it anyway because it's your life on the line. But yeah, don't always go with the group of people because they could be running right towards the shooter. And again, groups are very enticing to mass shooters. So, because they're getting more bang for their buck. They're not looking to hunt down like one specific person when they're in there to kill a whole bunch of people. They want to kill as many people as they can, and you know that they're going to go in and they're going to look for the groups of people that are grouping together like a bunch of lemmings, which is kind of a misconception because lemmings aren't actually as stupid as people think. That was a freaking hoax by Disney, a terrible thing they did. That's another story for another time. But yeah, just avoid groups and try to stay on your own and make yourself a small target and get the frig out of there. Hi, Rob Dyke. Have you ever traveled anywhere? If yes, then what was the best place you've been to? And if no, what country would you love to visit? I think the furthest I've been away from our country is Canada, and that's it, because I've been to Canada 2 times. Went to Montreal once, which is gorgeous, by the way, and then I went to Toronto to visit Matthew Santoro, my little ball baby, so I went up there and visited him. Toronto's a great place. Those places are awesome. However, I think I'd rather visit Japan. That's always been a place I've wanted to visit, and I've never gotten around to doing it, and I've got to do it at some point. And I gotta go over there and visit some crazy Japanese, like, freak show scary places and do videos there. I think we can make that happen, ladies and gentlemen. I think that would happen. So, you know, fingers crossed. Are you able to explain why so many serial killers are not fools? Many of them are, in fact, highly intelligent. Dolphins are also intelligent species, and because of that intelligence, some of them kill not for food, but just for fun. Would savagery be a feature that only intelligent ones could have? I don't think that's necessarily true. I know serial killers are typically intelligent. Anyone who has to kill over 3 or more people with cooling down periods and isn't getting caught is typically an intelligent person who pays attention to detail. However, serial killers do tend to get cocky. That tends to be when they get caught. They get sloppy and they try to, like, kind of tempt the law enforcement to come after them and just rib them a bit and everything like that. Not a very good idea, but they do tend to do it, a lot of them. I think they're opportunists. And I think they're great manipulators. And I think that sometimes gets them confused for being insanely intelligent. Edmund Kemper was a very intelligent serial killer, very huge serial killer. I talked about him in the last Q&A also. Generally, they're opportunists, they're manipulators, they understand how people work, and they're very good at picking out prey. And they're very good at not getting caught until they start slipping up and being stupid. It really depends on how you define intelligence. Jack the Ripper. People would think he never got caught. He must have been really intelligent. Not necessarily. The system was awful back then. Forensics was shit. Some people were being tossed into the rivers for nothing. And then, there was Jack the Ripper who could rip a woman's organs out and hurl them all over a room and get away with it. He could probably leave coated in blood and they couldn't prove anything. So, intelligence, that's hard to say. Dolphins are just kind of assholes sometimes. I love dolphins. Oh, man, love dolphins. But I don't know if it's their intelligence necessarily that does that. I don't know. I'm not really qualified to answer that. Dolphins are incredibly intelligent. But if we're killing for fun, too, that makes us as smart as dolphins. And I think in the grand scheme of intelligence humanity-wise, that's not really smart. I can't say that a bunch of, thugs on the street accidentally shooting a child in a drive-by is a sign of intelligence. So it could really go either way. I think some brilliant people kill and some brilliant people don't, but I think a lot of dumb people have killed too. So look it up. Plenty of serial killers aren't genius level people, but again, it's how you define it. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. If you did, hit the video with a thumbs up. That would be great. Also, be sure to check out my last video here. Of course, I can never remember it, but it is caught on camera about Kaylin Lauder, who disappeared under really bizarre circumstances. There is footage of it before she disappears. Incredible and kind of unsolved. I'd recommend checking that out. You can press here. You can press there on mobile also. Again, it'll open up a panel. Pick the videos you want to watch. Go through. I recommend binging. Binge Squad reporting. Yeah, that's a thing now, I guess. And be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We're going to do a lot more. We got a lot more videos coming up. Going to do another creepypasta reading on Monday. So be there for that, or be square for dat. I'm not sure what that even means. I just got a lot of energy tonight, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. That's about it, guys. I keep rambling here, but you're going to have to deal with that, or you can just click out of the video, which a bunch of you probably did already, you bastards. You don't even give a shit. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I probably wouldn't have stayed either. No, I would have, and I appreciate you for getting this far. I really do. But anyway, episode's over. I'll see you next time.